I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have a look at the crypto market of today. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. Bitcoin is down, and not a little bit down, it's a lot more down than what we've seen before, where it was actually consolidating, being quite stable, moving in a basically horizontal pattern. Now there is quite a significant dip, and we can basically immediately see that the fear and greed index moves back to fear, where we had a lot of potential the last couple of days of actually moving into neutral, moving into a little bit of greediness. We're now moving back again to the left, sitting at about 44, yesterday 50 still, before the drop, last week 33, and last month 21. So it is looking definitely better, but that does mean that Bitcoin needs to recover. So on this drop, we basically saw here on the 20th, there was like a huge panic, right? The recovery was linear upward, but now what happened earlier today, or basically last night where it started, it went from 45k to 43k. The dip was caught quite well, but then it decided to continue 2 hours later to 42 and then move in a linear downward trend thereafter. Right now it looks like it's been quite stable again, but as we always say, every single day on the crypto news here, we cannot forecast what Bitcoin will do. The good thing is Ethereum price drops as well, which means that NFT market, which we'll look at later on OpenSea, is back in business. There's a lot more activity there. Now Ethereum has dropped because the NFTs are more accessible. Because Bitcoin is down, the entire cryptocurrency market is basically turned red. The top 100 projects all losing between 3 and 11% in value. Here we have NEO losing actually almost 15% in value. There are, however, 17.5 on IOTAX, but it has been gaining strong the last couple of days, so that makes sense. There have actually been some really important updates coming up. We're going to reflect today on some gaming microcap projects. So we'll review a lot of crypto gaming and see where the potential basically is when things are moving down. Before we do that, we'll have a quick look at the launch pads, which you can see continue to suffer. They continue to suffer significantly under the pressure of Bitcoin. So although a lot of these projects here over the last 7 days, they have made some gains still, right? There's still a lot of green numbers, and otherwise 8-9 days ago they made those gains. So in the last 30 days there were gains there. However, these launch pads have not gained, they have only accumulated more losses because the market is so unstable and IDOs, private sales, are getting postponed. It is very difficult to raise money when the market is fearful. I think we had an example from Seedify yesterday. They launched Plutonians, and even after the actual first come first serve, it did not sell out at all, and this is really bad news. So the public round only sold 46%, and the public on the other token, the in-game currency, only sold 39%. So this is basically why projects don't want to launch during a bearish market, because they cannot even fill the allocation, right? So they did raise 220,000. I think, were they going to raise $500,000? That's really ambitious. But the round is apparently still open. They're doing another first come first serve, basically because it's just not sold out. So they raised about $221,000, and there's less than 50%. So yeah, they were going to raise $500,000. That's a lot of money in general anyway. I reviewed this project on my channel. I said it was shit. The idea is nice, but the how they pulled it off, I didn't like it personally, just my opinion. However, this is like a perfect indicator of when the market is fearful. This is definitely not how you want to launch a project. Here you have other pools, which were basically the private pool. So the private pool for the PLD got filled, which was 190k. And then you have 183k, which is almost filled. Which are the private sales that occurred, which probably according to better terms, right? However, public is struggling very much. So this is 1 BUSD is 10 PLD, and this is 1 BSD is 8 PLD, and they're also raising a lot of money, you know, $500,000 here, to also $500,000 here, I assume. Yeah, so $1 million, and then here they raise another 200K each, so basically 400K total. Definitely struggling there. But this is like a good example why for you to understand why these launch pads are moving in a downward pattern, because nobody wants to hold these tokens when there's no launches, or the launches are not being filled, projects are being refunded, all the other hassle that comes with basically a bearish market, right? So definitely nothing interesting happening in the launchpad section right now. But for the gaming, there are some interesting opportunities, because the gaming market is down, basically reacting on Bitcoin. And it's down a lot more than what I expected. So one of my favorite examples every single day is Vulcan, right? So hitting almost 15 bucks, I think, or even, yeah, almost 15 bucks yesterday around this time, right? So it's 1 day ago. Now at about 12.5. So definitely a lot of potential on Vulcan. I mean, like I say it every day, right? The long-term bearishness on the short-term gains are still quite significant, right? It just keeps roller coastering. You just have the opportunity to make entries. However, the unfortunate part is that the core bigger gaming projects, they're losing quite a lot of value, right? Decentraland 10%, Sandbox 7%, Axie 7, Gala 10. So Gala did quite well, so it's still, obviously it gained about 100%. So obviously Ultra back to $1, which is still giving signals that once the bull run does happen, right, and Bitcoin reaches like 60K again, then this is going to fully explode, right? There's like so much potential. You can already see that when Bitcoin gains 5%, all of these tokens go plus 20, 30%, right? But also means that it drops 5%, everything goes into the red. Definitely brings a lot of opportunity for swing trades. However, put your stop losses correctly. It's not something I'm into at the moment. I'm just too busy. Then you have CDFI Fund, right, on the gaming side, down. All the major projects we usually look at, Mines of Delania down, Krabata down 24%. Obviously presenting itself with a great opportunity right now, right? After that significant gain, I assume it might drop a little bit more as well. But definitely a linear upward trend and now crashing hard. Obviously that has to happen at some point where the top just can't be maintained ever such a significant gain. The same thing happened with Gala, right? 100% gain. If you're going to diamond hand that shit, it literally makes no sense, right? Look at this pump. Look at this crazy pump. Obviously, you understand that when it stabilizes here, on the next volatile part, people will take profit, right? And that's, I think, a very, very normal case scenario. You just got to use your fucking brain, right? If you're doing the short-term thing, if you're making short-term plays. GuildFi is making significant gains, but that has to be something with an announcement. So yesterday, I announced the Digits Club, my own project partnership with Unix Gaming, which basically is they're going to launch their launchpad. We're extremely early. With Digits Club, we're extremely early. Join the Discord through the link below and get potentially a free NFT, because we're hosting a competition right now. So do check that out if you're interested. But Unix Gaming, I bought 100,000 tokens. I made the partnership announcement. Look at this incredible pump that occurred as soon as I made the announcement, basically gaining 20% in just a couple of hours, right? Really great partnership with Unix. We're going to do NFT collabs with the guild, launchpad. We might have some allocation to offer. Really, really, really cool. Very big potential for Digits Club. Very bullish on this. Let's have a look at other games. So Magicraft, what's mentioned in the community today, definitely a strong downward pattern, right? I have been saying it after the significant gains we made on this push, where we basically, I called it here, and I took profit somewhere here, right? It has been in a linear downward trend. There's also almost no volume. So there's 500,000 volume across PancakeSwap primarily, right? So there has to be a centralized exchange. They are going to do an NFT mint soon. So as soon as they do the NFT mint, and hopefully they'll do it in the Magic Graph token, it will pump. But you gotta wait for these announcements. So when I go to Discord, I am actually in the actual Magic Craft Discord. Let me go to announcements, see if they have anything new. It's listed on Spooky Swap. That's about it. Community, about the social media, right? But they do have whitelist spots for the NFT launch coming up. So they have been teasing it. And that's basically the next big thing for Magic Craft. We're still waiting. But until that point, I'm not going to touch it at all because it just seems to be moving down. Soul Chicks, tomorrow the vesting will be released. You can see a 10% decrease. There's almost no volume, 350K, which is a joke. It went to about 2.8 cents last night. Or was that this morning? No, that's like, yeah, that's already longer ago. So 2.8 cents. Then it gained a little bit on that Bitcoin pump, right, earlier. So this was the 5th of Jan. So that's already a week ago. 4.3, basically still below IDO price, which was 0.05. And then it basically went down in a linear downward trend across the last 7 days. Vesting being released tomorrow. My prediction, below 2 cents, definitely. I've been saying that for the last month and a half, and I do believe we'll see 2 cents tomorrow. Anything else? Looks rare. Ooh, dropping hard. The halving is not happening. So basically this project, the staking, how it works, I'm not going to cover it anymore in the near future. 240% APR, still quite good. However, the token is just losing so much value that in my opinion, it's not worth the risk. I said it from the beginning, it's not worth the risk at all to stake it, but significantly right now, it lost over 50% of its value in the last 7 days. They could not maintain that hype, that pump live, and this is basically the result. People have been asking me about CryoWar. I'm super bullish on CryoWar in the long term. Yes, it has not really recovered, but it's not a short-term play for me. So I don't even look at the price. I haven't looked at the price. Somebody asked me yesterday, what about CryoWar? So I did look at it at that point, but I actually followed one of their announcements on Twitter, which was actually looking really, really good. Which was this one, basically showing the game being played, right? And whatever they have ready. And I'm just like, if I see this, like, this is more branding, this is more like of an advanced thing where I'm really, really looking at that long-term scope, which they seem to understand. So this team and me, we're just on the same page. There's no fucked up hype going on all the time. It's just, they're just working, right? They're hustling, and when there are announcements, they bring them. So short-term price, whatever. If the gaming bull run still takes about a year and a half, I'm not going to sell for a year and a half. So I'm going to wait until the next big gaming bull run, and then I'm going to see where CryoWar's at, and not before. I'll just hold it. Then we're going to have a look at Chumbi Valley. Lost a lot of value this week. So specifically this week, there has been a huge drop. They have been doing a lot of updates on their Discord, trying to keep everybody engaged. It's extremely active. They are very friendly. However, they need to reduce the supply one way or another, or this token is not going to go anywhere. So the same problem with Soul Chicks. However, it appears that Chumbi Valley is actively working towards a solution in order to get that problem fixed. Right? Let's have a look at Monkey Ball, which we always like to look at the projects we hate. Monkey Ball doing actually quite okay. So they did have a little pump, and they did have a small recovery, which they appear to see to be maintaining. So around 50 cents with about 25 million, I would say that's decent, a little bit overvalued, but the people do believe in it, right? If we look at something like Star Atlas, has been losing a lot of its value as well. So specifically across the last 7 days, the last month, you can see that tremendous drop. So definitely the bigger games have it more difficult, or larger market caps than the micro caps, because you can see all the basically fully diluted market caps that are 1 billion, 2 billion, fully diluted 3 billion. They have a lot more problems recovering properly after the actual growth period, right? So the growth period occurs during the bull run. When the market turns bearish, there are some problems. And these problems are usually not that easily fixed. One project I've been looking at was like the mouse hunt. I just think it's funny. So I've been looking at it for quite a bit. I've been trying to scope a little bit what it's doing, but the volume is just really low. I've been thinking of making an entry, so I should have done that about here. The token is still quite low. It's only available on PancakeSwap, so I'm quite interested in this one. Although at first I wasn't. Now I see more gameplay. It's quite funny. But then again, I'm just trying not to get too distracted with all the different gaming projects, right? I have my picks. But this one is definitely on the map. If I have some free time, I like to look at these things and see what the actual potential might be. When we actually head over to OpenSea, as I mentioned before, we can see the volumes go up. Somebody asked me yesterday in the comments, and I do read all of the comments on these videos when what you put. If I can cover smaller NFT projects, that's not really what we do here. I'm into crypto gaming, I'm into the microcap gaming, but I don't really do much NFTs myself except the big projects. So I only cover in these videos regarding NFTs what I'm actually following. So about 95 Ethereum on Bored Apes. So the volume is up. The price is up as well because Ethereum is down, what I said in the beginning. Mutants just hanging under 20 ETH. Sandbox is very stable, Doodles is stable, but the volumes are up, and that's basically the most important thing, what you'll see. Bored Ape Kennel Club sitting at about 8 Ethereum. And obviously 8 Ethereum, if it was like 7.6 before, that's now almost the same, right? Neo Tokyo Outer Identities 4.5, so extremely affordable. Inside on Neo Tokyo, if you have an S2 identity, you are actually allowed into the Discord, not into the Citadel, but you actually get like very, very good information. So it's definitely worth considering. I know for most of you it's a lot of money. However, I'll be there. I do have a chat there as well with the people. But definitely, I've already seen last night a tremendous amount of value as soon as people were at it. So definitely very interesting there. For other projects, the volume seems to be going quite down. The Neo Tokyo Outer Item Caches, obviously, we have a look at. Journey Club 3.5, volume is a little bit down. Citizens 20, so the floor has definitely crashed there. MyPad Hooligan 0.95. I saw some actual gameplay from this. It was like really funny. It does look really funny. Like it has that appeal to it where you just feel like playing. I think that is what's usually important with these smaller play to earn stuff. I do at the same time keep my guild focus going. So Yield Guild Games, Merit Circle. I've been investigating Good Games Guild and obviously Unix Guild that I have fully explored already. There are insane opportunities with these guilds. So if you're into the microcap gaming, if you're into crypto gaming at all, the play to earn component is very important. In my opinion, it should not take over the play part from the earning part, right? Play first, earning second. And then these guilds, if you're interested into NFTs, they basically make the connection. So it's basically IDO investing, crypto gaming, NFTs, play to earn, guilds. It's like all interlinked and it has such tremendous potential. So that's what I'm spending my time on these days apart from Digits Club. That's everything for today, the crypto gaming news. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.